Good morning. Today's project is stump grinding. I'll give a little introduction and then we'll get started. This is a Woods SG100. I'm going to pick up the phone now and walk around and show you some of its features. Then I'm going to take a long video of stump grinding that I'll do a time lapse on to speed it up, because it takes a while to get through a stump. And this is Thor, as always, he's with me. All right, like I said, this is a Woods SG100. You can look down here, these are the cutting teeth. There's a few on the side to sweep out, and then right at the base here, it actually cuts this way, of course. These are the teeth that actually do the job. Here's the stump that we're going to work on. I took a hoe and hacked away a whole bunch of sprouts that were coming up. This is still a pretty solid stump, which has implications for how the stump grinder is going to do. If it's a sort of semi-rotted stump, you can go through quite quickly. With a stump that's still pretty much intact like this one is, and this is a hardwood stump, a maple tree, it takes a little bit more doing. You've got the lift on the tractor that lifts the legs up. So usually you set that down when you're getting stump started. Sometimes getting in on a high stump like this, I'll start out with the legs up a little bit. Have to be careful, make sure your tractor is supporting the system well. The PTO shaft that's driving the system. This is a clutch, a slip clutch that you need to have adjusted properly. Make sure it will slip, because if you bog down, you don't want the tractor to get killed off. You want it to slip here. Of course, if it's too loose, it'll slip and smoke. So you have to have a happy medium between the rate at which you're cutting through the stump and how this is set up. I'm now going to show you a bad setup. I am coming down on this high stump by lowering the lift a little bit at a time to get the stump grinder feet on the ground. The first several passes go well. On this next pass, I lower the lift to get the feet on the ground, and it makes for too big of a cut. Partway through the cut, the grinder bogs down and the clutch slips like it's supposed to. You can see the resulting smoke of the slip clutch burning. Of course, I stop it right away and bring the cutter up. You can see that the cut is more than ½ an inch in this view. On the top here, there's a ruler, and this is in inches, and this is your cutting depth. And as you go through the stump, you sweep through and do a cut, then bring it back and lower it a little bit and sweep through. Sort of semi-rotted stump that's not still green, I've gone through at about 1 inch a cut. But on a stump like this that's hardwood, that's still growing, so to speak, it's going to be hard. So I go through about I lower the blade, lower the cutter about 1/2 inch for each sweep. And that seems to be the optimum way for going through in a consistent and a reproducible way. It's set up on the hydraulics. On the John Deere here, We've got two hydraulics that are pretty much normal. On this left side hydraulic, this is the sweep hydraulics, so I can control the sweep setting, how fast the hydraulics are pushing the cylinders, or filling them. And so I've got this set at almost as low as it can go. So I want to have a pretty much slow, steady sweep going around as I cut through this. So this operates at 540 RPM, and I'm pretty much ready to go. All right, I think I'm all set. I'm going to get the tractor started, move into position, and start grinding on the stump. All right, I'm bringing the engine speed up, engage the PTO. Okay, bringing the PTO up to 540. It's hard to see from this position where the cutting edge is relative to the stump, so I try to be a little careful going into it the first time until I really figure out where I am. So I'm going to lower the lift a little bit. Alright, not there yet. I can lower the lift a little bit more. Hard for me to judge exactly where the edge of the wheel is. There we go. A little bit more. Okay, the feet on the lift are all the way down now. I'm going to start extending the hydraulics. I'm going to have to move the tractor in a little bit more. We're a little bit on the edge of where I'd like to be. But we'll get this shaved down a bit and then make a move. Alright, we're about 5.5 now. Okay, the front of the stump is at about ground level now. I'm going to pick it up and move the tractor back, so start working on the back of the stump. Okay, again, I'm going to have to sort of feel my way into the stump. Get the PTO speed back up to 540. The lift is all the way down. Set this down to full 4 inches there. Now the stump is almost about ground level. I'm going to move back forward a little bit so I can get the front edge of it and start going down into the ground. It cuts it in a circle, so you know, it doesn't do it flat, so you sort of have to work around it. So part of it's going to be below ground, part of it will still be above ground. That's why you have to keep working it lower to get it all the way down so you can run a lawnmower over it. You also start running into roots that are spreading out away from the main trunk. You can get some of those off also. It's at 12 inches there. The stump's about ground level. At least this part of the stump. I'm going to have to move back again. Bring it up a little bit. Okay, now I'm clear. I can move back a little bit and we'll get the back part of the stump. I think I was at 9. I'm going to bring it down to 10 inches and start engaging wood. There we go. I think that's probably enough. We're at 18 on the scale. I think that's got the stump down below ground level for the most part. Bring down the PTO a bit. Alright, let's cut off the PTO. And we're going to move out a little bit, and then I'll bring the camera over and we'll see what it looks like. All right, there it is. I'll take the bucket and push in this sawdust and dirt, and I think the stump and the related roots are low enough that I'll be able to mow over here without any trouble. So we're going to go on to the next one. All right, here we go on the second stump. Have the video from the inside of the cab this time. I'll run a few time-lapse segments so you can see this stump disappear rather quickly. Stump grinding is a process that takes a while, but short of digging the stump up with the backhoe, and that really leaves a hole, stump grinding is the most practical way we've found to eliminate the stump. For this one, I'm down into the roots, so I will leave it about here. Here is another stump that needs to be taken care of. This one from a large oak tree. Something this size I will let rot for a couple of years and then take a chainsaw and cut it down as much as I can before I put the stump grinder to it. Here we are a week or so later. I took the bucket on the tractor and filled in the holes from the stump grinding, pushed the dirt and the sawdust over, leveled it out a bit, had the mower over it a few times, sort of go around the piles of sawdust. That anything that's left here will rot down and will be cleaned up and ready to go. So thanks for watching Longleaf Sheep Hill Ranch. That's Hero. Hero, say hello. Hello, Hero. Yeah, the dog.